Hello and welcome to ISV Spill the Tea, presented by the Retail Solutions Providers Association's niche and startup ISV community. I'm Jim Roddy, President and CEO of the RSPA. We are so glad that you've joined us today. Now, if you're not familiar with the RSPA, we are North America's largest community of VARs, independent software vendors, aka ISVs, hardware vendors, service providers, and distributors in the retail, restaurant, and grocery verticals. We're a fit for any organization that's serious about growth in those markets. Now, many companies have been members for decades, and we frequently add startup tech companies like the ones you're going to hear from today because we accelerate their growth and they see the massive ROI that RSPA membership offers. So if you're serious about growth in the retail IT channel, email membership@gorspa.org. And if you're not serious about growth in the retail IT channel, well, you can just stay sitting on your couch while everybody else grows inside of our community. All right, so before some of our software developer members spill the tea about what they're up to, the RSPA has a few highlights and updates to share with you. First, we want to give you an update on our next event, RSPA Inspire 2025. Make sure you save the date, January 26th through 29th in Curacao. This is our annual leadership conference. Last year, we set an all-time attendance record with 240 registrants for the event. It's different from any other conference that you attend. A lot of other events, you get business cards, like there's an expo hall. This is all networking, education, workshops that lead to more networking, that lead to more learnings. It's truly a special event. Other events, you can exchange business cards. RSPA Inspire is the opportunity for you to really build relationships with folks who are the movers and shakers in the retail IT industry. So registration will open in about a month, late September, but make sure you save the date right now. Ask an RSPA member who's attended Inspire what it's all about, or again, you can visit the website as well, gorspa.org/inspire, and see what this event is all about. We hope to see you there, and as we say, RSPA Inspire, it is networking nirvana. We also want to thank our sponsors who make this session and everything that goes on with the RSPA possible. Our annual sponsors, our platinum sponsor is BlueStar. Our gold sponsors are CoCard, Epson, Heartland, and ScanSource. Silver sponsors Ingenico, MicroTouch, Star, Tonic, and Truist. And our bronze sponsors are APG, AutoStar, CRS, DataCap, Kitchen Armor, Corona POS, Newland AIDC, Optima, Order Counter, Shift4, TD Synnex, Toshiba, and Touch Dynamic. Thanks again for these sponsors making this session, and again, everything that happens in the RSPA community possible. And then also we have a separate niche and startup ISV community, and thanks to the sponsors of that, APG, BlueStar, Ingenico, MagTech, ScanSource, Star Micronics, Toshiba, and Verifone. All right, so here's the plan for ISV Spill the Tea. Executives from software providers representing a variety of verticals are going to showcase their offerings in 90-second segments. This gives you a chance to quickly meet potential new partners who can accelerate your growth. And after these ISVs introduce themselves, you can participate in an open forum roundtable discussion. It's a great chance for you to ask clarifying questions and discover new ISVs in a matter of minutes. And also RSPA has a general counsel legal advisor. She offers advice for free to RSPA members. She asked me to say this as well. This will be an open forum information sharing discussion. Please note the views and opinions expressed during this roundtable are those of the participants and do not necessarily reflect the official policy or position of the Retail Solutions Providers Association. All right, we are all set up for today. So that means it's tea time. And leading us off, we have from Winston POS, please welcome Dirk. Dirk, welcome to RSPA ISV's Spill the Tea. If you want to unmute yourself and turn on your camera and tell us a little bit about Winston POS.
Yes. Okay, can you hear me?
Yes, we can. Welcome, Winston.
Yes. I'm Dirk from Winston POS. It's a reliable, easy to use and modern POS system. We are an established supplier in Europe, active in 7 European countries, working exclusively through value-added resellers. Currently, our development team is working closely together with a few early adopter VARs to make sure our product is up to spec for the US market. To ensure we remain payment provider agnostic, we've added data cap. Furthermore, we have added new functionalities for time and attendance, tipping, restaurant 365, and QSR. Our system is totally cloud-based, supports any OS system like Windows, Android, and iOS, and provides offline capabilities, including store and forward. In short, Winston POS offers you a complete restaurant system with a functionality included, all for a single price. Because we work exclusively with resellers, we know a product isn't just about the technology, but also making sure you have all the needed tools to successfully onboard your new customers. We provide proven onboarding documentation, videos, and process, as well as extensive training. In doing so, we ensure a bright future for POS for both restaurant owners and resellers. The first resellers are already working with Winston POS, some already deploying production sites as we speak, but we still have a few spots left for new resellers. If you want to stay up to date about our prospects and market launch, send us an email to dirk@winstonpos.com or see the details next to me on the screen. So I hope that was in 90 seconds.
Perfect. You were right on time. Thank you very much, Dirk. We appreciate that.
Yes, thank you.
All right, next up on ISV Spill the Tea is Nate from Clearline. Hey, Nate, welcome.
Hello, everybody. Thank you, John. My name is Nathan Moshkovitz. I'm with Clearline. We're marketing technology platforms that provides hyperlocal marketing solution and integrates with point-of-sale systems, payment terminals, self-service kiosk, and digital signage. If you've got screens, we've got hyperlocal content for your marketing engagement. We provide multiple benefits for merchants. We boost customer engagement at the time of the transaction. We deliver personalized marketing message at the time of the payment through the point-of-sale customer-facing screen. We help merchants to get reviews on up to 50 platforms, grow the social followers base, marketing automation, where they can set it and forget it, the point-of-sale rules that will trigger certain marketing action based on the content of the shopping cart and the payment method. We simplify marketing for merchants and ISOs, and we also increase sales by using timely promotions, coupons, and incentives to drive conversion. Our patented technology generates dynamic QR codes that are unique for every location, every terminal, and every transaction. We provide turnkey branded landing pages for our clients, and all the marketing campaigns can be managed from a single easy-to-use dashboard. Typically, any business using 15 to 20 different digital marketing platforms, we can deliver the same type of marketing through one integrated solution. We provide very rich analytics on every scan and click, and it's a scalable solution that can be adapted to any type of retailer environment where payment with card present. We can help those merchants to grow their base, marketing, and online presence. Thank you.
Thank you, Nate. Appreciate that. Perfect. Thank you for telling us about Clearline.
Thank you.
Now, welcome to ISV Spill the Tea, Stephen from Scale Fusion. Hey, Stephen, how are you?
Doing great. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for being here.
Yeah, my name's Stephen Gohl. I'm the Director of Strategic Partnerships for Scale Fusion. Really thrilled to be here today, share a bit about Scale Fusion. We've actually been around for over 10 years. This is our first time as a member of RSPA, though. A little bit about us: over 8,000 companies across the world trust Scale Fusion to manage and secure their endpoints. Everything from smartphones, tablets, point-of-sale systems, digital signage, and even ruggedized devices as well. We're basically a UEM or MDM, so mobile device management, unified endpoint management software platform. And our mission is to make device management simple and effortless, easy to use with our dashboard. A few highlights of what we do, because I only have 90 seconds. We really simplify the enrollment and provisioning of the devices as they're going out into the field. We support multiple operating systems, so any devices that are Android-based, so Android, iOS, Windows, or Mac, all the platforms under one dashboard. We streamline that application and content management of those devices remotely. We have a ton of useful features, but I'll just highlight a few. One of those being kiosk mode, so we can take a device and really lock that down for a specific business application, possibly just one app or 3 apps, whatever, and we block everything else, making that a secure endpoint device. We also have remote cast and control, so you can allow your IT admins to remote into that device for troubleshooting purposes, or to remotely reset it and that type of thing. We manage the password policies, the OS updates, application updates, a number of other things. All of that's done remotely through our software, and so much more. So with that, my time's up. Thrilled to be here. Welcome to meet new partners. Thanks.
Fabulous. Thank you, Stephen. You are in the right place to find new partners inside the RSPA community. So welcome aboard. Glad to have you here. Next, we have Alan from, and it depends on what part of the country you're from. It's either Pecan POS or Pecan POS. So Alan, we will let you interpret that for us and tell us a little bit more about the company. Welcome.
Thanks a lot, Jim. We appreciate the opportunity to speak to this group, especially. My name is Alan Grindle. I am the Director of Business Development for Pecan POS. We are based out of St. Kitts and Nevis, and we have a U.S. office in Brooklyn, New York. We are the new kids on the block, and I'm not new. I've been around this business for a couple of decades, and I've had the pleasure of working for several ISVs. I've also owned a dealership myself, so I can really relate to the VAR ins and outs. Pecan POS is kind of bringing back something that left this organization, or not the organization, but the POS industry a couple of years ago, and that is we're bringing back some choices. So we're a great POS, full featured, but we're allowing people to buy the perpetual licensing instead of SaaS, unless they want to do SaaS. We're also very interested in having the VAR choose their processing. We're bringing that choice back. So we have a processor, and we work with them very closely, but if you choose to go with our EDC module, you will be able to go with whatever your choice is as a VAR in this industry. So I look forward, we are actively recruiting, and I look forward to the opportunity to speak with all of you. Again, contact me, call me, email me, and we look forward to entering the field as Pecan POS. Thank you, Jim.
Excellent. Thank you, Alan. And again, great to have you back in the community. Good to see you again. All right, next up, we have Richard Stack from Elephant AI. Hey, Richard, good to see you again.
Thanks, Jim, and I welcome everybody today. So Elephant AI is an AI-first chatbot that's optimized for sales and customer success. As you can see from the screen, we cover a lot of different verticals. The reality is we cover a lot of different business types as well. So it could be a product that you could even use internally to automate some of your sales and your knowledge base and things like that, which is obviously very intensive in our industry. The problem that we're going after is customers are struggling to find answers to their questions in a timely fashion, and it's difficult to manage vast amounts of queries when the answers are distributed all over multiple websites, maybe in a third-party system or a corporate document somewhere. So even the best websites and well-trained sales and customer support reps can struggle to pull this information together. So what we have is, it's an AI chatbot assistant. It provides 24/7 consistent, friendly, multilingual support, takes data from many sources, integrates to many systems, and that's something that we're going to expand and expect to do more of in this retail vertical with point of sale, CRM, ERPs, but we can always provide escalation to a human when necessary. The benefits are instant personalized support, effortless automation, increased conversions, particularly with e-commerce, potentially to automate some of the e-commerce conversions when they use the chatbot to search for products, and allows for strategic focus. So it frees your team to tackle high value tasks and drive business growth. We're a relatively new company, just in the market this year, and looking to find our way both in the retail space and the broader market. So thanks very much.
Super. Thank you, Richard. And again, thanks for bringing Elephant AI into the RSPA community. Good to be working with you again. All right, we're about halfway through our featured presentations, and so let's take a moment now to mention RSPA white glove service. So as you can see on your screen, the RSPA has developed a very long list of member services, and we've also continued to add new members to our community. We're closing in on 750 various companies. So you don't have to figure out on your own which of the services are going to be most helpful for your business or which of the partners are going to be best for you. RSPA White Glove Service is provided to you by the member services team of Peggy Fry, Nicole Green, and Ashley Nagy, and they will guide you. They'll make those warm introductions on your behalf to fellow members, including the ISVs that are featured today on ISV Spill the Tea. So for RSPA White Glove Service, you can call Peggy, Nicole, or Ashley, or email them at membership@gorspa.org. And we pride ourselves in what we call extreme personal customer service. Give them a call, send them an email. They will respond to you faster than you think. All right, let's get back to spilling some tea. Next up, we have Chris from Barventory. Chris, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. Thank you for the opportunity, Jim. Just to let everyone know, basically Barventory is a complete liquor and draft inventory solution. We work with a wireless liquor scale. It's real simple. Put a bottle on the scale, hit a button, scans the barcode on the bottle, will let you know exactly how much liquor is in there. We have wireless draft keg scales that will do the same. We've also partnered with US Beer Savers, so we have a full line of draft flow meters that are fully integrated to over 40 POS systems. We are just in the process of getting our final certification with Heartland, so that should be all done in the next week or two, so that'll be on that network. We also just completed an API with Yellow Dog and MarketMan, so we work with not only POS systems, but many inventory back office softwares. So a lot of our customers are hotels, and with their weekly inventory or monthly inventory, they can just take their counts. It'll automatically be downloaded into their inventory files. So it just makes inventory a lot more easier and a lot more fun. We've just developed and improved our banquet software. So we have a full banquet capability. Our app is completely web-based, cloud-based. It works with Android or iOS. We're also aggressively looking for different resellers. So we have a reseller package that if you email me, we can set up a time to discuss that. And yes, we're also looking to interface with a lot of the new POS systems that I'm just seeing today. So also in our app, we have a full scheduling app that's included in there, and a whole order module, like a whole order app. And I think I'm out of time.
Yes, thank you, Chris. That's great. And again, if folks want more information from Chris or any of the ISV spilling the tea today, you can follow up with them directly or use that RSPA White Glove service for an introduction. We go from one Chris to another, and this time we're talking about MassPay. Hey, Chris, welcome.
Thank you, Jim. Appreciate it. Hello, everyone. Well, as you can see, we're MassPay. And what we do is we make instant payouts of tips and earned wages a reality for your clients. When we do this, we create a net new recurring revenue stream for you. We do a seamless integration with the restaurant POS platforms that allows us to share data in real time, including the tip pooling data, to ensure accurate and instant payouts that meet tax and compliance requirements. And how this works is easy. Employees simply opt in to receive instant payouts of their tips and earned wages from the restaurant POS system. They work their shift. When they clock out for the day, they receive an immediate notification that their payment is being processed. By the end of the day, they get a notification on their chosen mobile device that they've been paid. This does a couple things. It provides peace of mind, it improves financial security, and it greatly increases employee satisfaction, one of the biggest challenges in the restaurant industry. Now, for your clients' employees, there's a payee portal that offers detailed information of all the transactions to help them manage these operations. This functionality can be accessed via our portal or seamlessly integrated with the restaurant POS platform via our APIs. The same exists for the restaurant owners, your clients. The payer portal provides all of the information about transaction histories and financial reporting and can be integrated in exactly the same way. For you, most importantly, we're establishing a brand new recurring revenue stream that can make a significant impact for both the top and bottom lines. For an average restaurant, that's somewhere in the neighborhood of about $500 to $600 a month that lands in your pocket. With MassPay, instant payouts for your clients and a new recurring revenue stream are just a click away. It is something new that we are bringing to market, and look forward to learning more about how we can work to help you make this a reality for your clients. Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you, Chris. Appreciate you sharing that information with us.
You're welcome.
Next up, we have Tarek from Localizer. Hey, Tarek, welcome to ISV Spill the Tea.
Thank you, Jim. Hi, everybody. My name is Tarek. I'm the founder and CEO of Localizer. I started Localizer in 2018 when I was trying to help my brother manage all of his online reviews. And I got inundated with all the different notifications, the logins, the password that I had to log in from, whether it's Google, TripAdvisor, Yelp, and so on. So I scratched my own itch and I built a web application that consolidates all of the reviews from all the different platforms all in one place. So as you can imagine, if you're a restaurant or a busy operator, you don't have a lot of time to manage all of the reviews, especially the negative ones, who said what, and so on. So what that it does is it consolidates about 25 different platforms, whether it's Google, TripAdvisor, Yelp, Uber Eats, DoorDash, all in one place. So you don't have to log into different places. It starts by automating the tracking. You can reply to reviews using ChatGPT or response templates. You can also ask customers to leave your review by integrating with different POS systems and online ordering systems that trigger an SMS or an email to request the review. And if the customer leaves a negative feedback, the restaurant operator or the general manager will get a notification on their phone so they can start chatting with the customer in real time, sending them an offer to win them back. At the end of the week, we send a report that is AI powered that gives them the top 3 things that are going well and the top 3 things that are not going well. We are new to the channel sales, the RSPA community, and we're looking for VARs that are focusing on restaurants, and they're looking for a value add solution to help them win more customers and retain existing ones. Setting up this solution is super easy, it's simple, and it's very low to maintain. We have great referral and reseller recurring revenue share that with enough margins that can allow you to even give your own clients some discount to help them onboard the clients. We also have a free audit, a reputation audit report that we can make available to your customers, especially the ones that have more than, between 5 to 25 locations. Looking forward to meeting everybody. Thank you so much.
Great, thank you, Tarek. Appreciate that. Now, I first met Tarek at the Restaurants Canada show. Restaurants Canada is now an association partner of the RSPA. And then I met our next guest, V, at Quantic at an MS Cash Drawer event in Baltimore. And so I always encourage folks to go to those events. You never know who you're going to meet, who you're going to learn from. So, V, great to see you again.
Thank you, Jim. Thank you, RSPA, for having us here, and hello, everybody. It sounds like there are a lot of great partners already that I could see here, but a little bit about Quantic. Quantic is a cloud-based point-of-sale system built on iOS and Android platform. I'm sure there are a number of point-of-sale companies out there, and we obviously have been trying to do what we can do the best. But what we are making a difference is that we are turning our point-of-sale offering to a platform. What that means is that we allow payment companies to be able to build their own brand and point-of-sale on Quantic. Right now, we have about 25 different brands in the market powered by Quantic. And we have about 12,000 deployment across the country. We have some presence in UK as well, but we primarily are really after all concepts of restaurants. So, it's a fast casual or full service restaurant, or certain retails and services as well, which is our kind of the new vertical that we're going after. I'm excited and looking forward to meet some new partners. Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you, V. Glad to have you here. And thanks to all the ISVs who presented today. It's really great to see the variety, right, of the different niche applications, and then also some of the genesis stories of these organizations as well. So very cool. And again, we've got inside the RSPA about 160, 170 different software providers. So this is just the tip of the iceberg, as they say. So, all right. So now is the time for you to get your questions in. If you want to ask any of our presenting ISVs a question, a follow-up question, or just want to get their comment or share their perspective, now's the time to do that. Please use the question function, and then we will unmute you and rock and roll from there. So, but before we do that, just a quick reminder to make sure you save the date for RSPA Inspire's Leadership Conference, January 26th through 29th in Curacao. Registration will open in late September. Again, we hope to see everybody there. So, all right, and now we're going to ask our featured guests to turn their video cameras back on. That's going to help the audience know who's answering the questions. And again, we're happy to start anywhere that the group would like. Again, feel free to offer a question, an idea, a comment, or a thought based on what you heard today or what you hear going on in the retail IT industry. So again, ask that question to the GoToWebinar platform. We will call on you, and then Chris Arnold, our Director of Marketing, will unmute you. So all right, so first we're going to start off and we go around the horn with the 9 folks that we have here today, and whoever wants to go first can take this one. Can you talk about like the #1 trend that is impacting your business, and then we'll kind of get to hear from everybody and see if there's a common thread among the ISVs featured today. So I'd say let's just go in the same order that we did the program. Dirk, if you want to talk about what's a #1 trend or a big trend that's impacting your business?
A big trend, and then I'll speak also for over here, is paying on the table. So directly paying your bill at the table. That is the #1 here in Europe, and I think it will also come to the US in a few months. So.
Excellent, very good. Nate at Clearline, what's the #1 trend you see?
Well, I see our #1 trend that the best time to engage with customer is when they're in front of you, not before, not after they left your store or restaurant. So with Dirk's comment, when customer pays at the table, they can scan QR code from the payment device and leave a review or follow business on social or get a coupon for next visit. So COVID really helped us with QR code recognition. And we're also adding NFC tap functionality for the same concept.
Interesting, thank you. Stephen at Scale Fusion.
Yeah, I would say the trend that we're seeing is kind of a pushback against proprietary management systems, and this is kind of across the board, but as far as maybe OEMs that have their own device management or basically just more collaborations being needed and demanded from all the VARs. So an agnostic approach to the devices you can manage, the type of applications you can manage, everything from the payment processing, options, just more options. Everybody wants more options and collaborations across teams and technologies is what we're seeing.
Got it. Yeah, thank you for that. We're definitely seeing that as well inside the RSPA, where it's not just you go to the market with a standard, right? You have to customize and you have to provide a lot more variety. So Alan Grindle at Pecan POS, what's the #1 trend you guys are seeing?
I think I can echo the QR code and the pay at table as well, but we're also seeing, a big request for the online ordering aggregation. I think restaurants are tired of having to have 6 or 7 different tablets from all the different delivery services. So aggregation seems to be a big integration right now. And I would also go as far as to say that a big trend right now is figuring out the the rules that apply to I'm trying to figure out how with dual pricing. Some people call it cash discount, other people call it. I know that was a big topic at the RSPA this year, and a very insightful meeting was had there with our legal counsel. She was great. But I think as far as trends go, we're going to see more and more of the restaurants wanting to know how to navigate the dual pricing and/or cash discount.
Got it. Thank you, Alan. If folks want more info on cash discounting, because to Alan's point, it is so complex, right? It's really hard to have like just a standard, a couple sentences. Oh, now I get it. Jill Miller, our general counsel, she is one of the leading, if not the lead expert on cash discounting, surcharging, the right way to do it, the right way to help your merchants. So by all means, we talked about membership at gorspa.org. You see the email on your screen. Our member services managers can help you connect with Jill. So Richard at Elephant AI, what's the #1 trend you're seeing?
I guess in our industry, what's really interesting is the proliferation of these large language models and just how advanced they're becoming, and they're kind of leapfrogging each other. And it's kind of, I mean, we're supporting both the open source models and then the paid for models, but it's really interesting, and you're just trying to keep up with all the different models and how they're leapfrogging each other is what's really driving our industry.
Great, thank you, Richard. Chris at Barventory, what trend do you want to highlight?
I think basically right now what we're finding is a lot of the operators are finding inventory being more crucial right now, being that the cost of goods are going up, the supplies are limited to certain brands and if they can get it or not. So they're looking for a better handle or better control of their product. Another thing that's causing is staffing. The cost of labor is going up, so they're really trying to tighten down on their controls. So more and more people are looking for technology rather than a pen and paper and kind of guessing what's in the bottle. So.
Great, thank you, Chris. Chris at MassPay.
Sure, when you look at retail, I don't think you can talk about that sector in total without talking about people. And the biggest trend that we're seeing is the incredible difficulty organizations are having in attracting and retaining talent. And that really stems from a number of factors, and we can talk about that for hours. But at its core is, how are you getting the best people that want to work with you, with your team, with your business? How are you attracting them? How are you retaining them? What are you putting in place that's making your business the best place for them to work? And the investment, the time, the attention to detail that's going into solving that is very real. Unfortunately, it's not singular. There are many different aspects of it, but businesses really understanding that they have to start solving this, they need to start paying very close attention to it, is probably the biggest trend we're seeing this year.
Yes, and we actually did a podcast a while back. This was like maybe halfway between here and when COVID, was at its peak. And there were like 17 different reasons for staffing shortages. Like, it's not one thing, a silver bullet. And then also, as our former RSP board advisor, Michael LeBlanc, brought up, like, when you look at the birth rates, right? Like, this is not a 1 or 2 year thing where we're just going to bounce back. Like, this is going to be a real thing where we're just not going to have as many people in the workforce unless folks decide, I'm not going to retire, right? I'm just going to keep working forever, which, as I think everybody, you can ask yourself, do I want to work forever? Am I planning on retiring? So yeah, this is definitely a long-term opportunity for our members to provide labor management or solutions that help merchants run more efficiently. So thank you. Tarek, what's a trend that you're seeing?
Yeah, from the online reputation point of view, what we're seeing is that Google's dominance in terms of the share of reviews that restaurants get is decreasing, and this is became evident after COVID with all the delivery apps that are out there, to Uber Eats, DoorDash, and Grubhub. And what has become is instead of restaurants having to need to just focus on one platform, all the other ones have, the long tail has become bigger than the big head, if you will. The second thing is echo the large language model, the LLM trend, and this, what we're seeing is that with OpenAI and Meta and Google offering very, very easy to use sandboxes and projects to use the LLMs, we're seeing that it's people are using it to reduce the time-consuming work, that whether it's creating content or replying to reviews using ChatGPT or just analyzing what's happening really quickly with huge amount of data, identifying the sentiment and so forth. So these two trends that we're seeing in our space.
Interesting. Thank you, Tarek. V, what trend would you want to share with our audience today?
So we actually work primarily with ISO partners, and there are a couple of things that are happening that we're seeing. One is that a lot of the payment companies that historically have been selling payment terminals have been successful with that, kind of now realizing is that they need some sort of software help, and they need something that can really enhance the capabilities of a small merchant, whatever they're trying to sell. So some of the examples of, like, table side ordering and things like that. There's a lot of changes that are coming in the software, which is kind of the good news for the software developers, that there's the payment company needs more and more solutions out there. The second thing that we're seeing is there's a lot of stuff happening around verticalization of the software. I think each vertical is getting a little bit more deeper into how they can run their business better. So it's just not like you take a standard point of sale and use everywhere. So we're seeing a lot of the feature requests specific for specific use cases.
Excellent, very good, thank you. And again, to our audience, if you want to get your own question in, feel free to use the question function, and then we'll either read your question or we'll call on you for that. I will share one big trend that the RSPA is seeing, and you're seeing it evident on the past half hour here. These new niche emerging ISVs, right? Companies that weren't around, some of them 5 years ago, 10 years ago, so you're certainly 10 or 20 years ago. It's really interesting to see the emergence. And before, it seems like everybody's really catering. The vendors, the resellers, the payments companies, as V mentioned, are really catering to the ISVs, and because they're the ones who are really helping drive the demand along with the reseller. So, all right, next question. And Richard, I'm hoping you can take this one first, and then whoever else wants to raise their hand and jump in. Because a question we get on anytime we're talking technology with our members is about AI. And so, Richard, how do you see AI impacting your business outside of being the core product offering that you have, and then also impacting the merchants that you serve, right? You're on the front lines of this. A lot of people, there's a lot of hype associated with AI, but there's also a lot of incredible innovations and solutions that go along with it. So start us off. How do you see AI impacting your business and the merchants you serve?
Yeah, well, it's core, doing a generative AI business. That's kind of one of the first, I think, obvious use cases, coming out of ChatGPT, and the ability to, let's say, have a ChatGPT for your business is a very obvious initial play for AI. I think the area where it's going to be really interesting, that's going to be impactful pretty quick, is going to be in customer service operations. I think there's going to be some for businesses that have large call centers. I think that area could be impacted pretty aggressively in terms of the AI, and the chat taking over a lot of what the current incoming phone calls are coming into the call center. So I think the call center area is going to be impacted pretty aggressively, pretty quick.
And when you say that, is it because the call center people will be talking to AI-powered, machines, or is it going to be that it'll be driven more to the chat, or is it both of those?
I think both. The call center employees are going to be taking higher value added calls, and then the chat is going to be taking a large percentage of the mundane everyday queries. But the chat is only going to get smarter, and with the integrations and with where it's going, it's only going to get stronger. So you're going to see even more sophisticated capabilities in the chat.
Great, interesting, thank you. Who wants to go next? Just raise your hand and I'll kind of play air traffic controller and call on you. So, okay, and just so you know, because we have 9, it's like in Brady Bunch mode on my screen that I can see. So this is great. I feel like I should call on you guys in order of the Brady Bunch that you are. So Chris at MassPay, who also would be, I believe, Greg Brady, based on where you are on my my square here. So talk about AI, Chris.
Sure. I just want to echo that. I think that one key thing that's going to really accelerate AI adoption doesn't have anything to do with the models. It doesn't have anything to do with the technology. It has to do with the shift in society. If you think back even 10 years ago, people were very hesitant to send an email to try and get customer service or support on anything. They would only deal with support when they could speak to someone. And that has changed so dramatically, so quickly. And we haven't seen people become comfortable with using agents and using kind of personless chat in order to really solve problems. They'll try it, but really they're only looking for a way to get to someone, to talk to someone to help them solve that problem. That shift is really taking place, and probably within the next 3 to 5 years, and certainly as the demographics of everybody working in the United States change, I think we're going to see a huge adoption of that, where it is expected that the majority of the questions can be answered in that way, and people will seek that out as the solution path for their business. And the demand that's going to place on businesses, on the technology to be there and to be present and to evolve quickly to address those issues is going to be really significant. And knowing what that means and how to help that evolve is going to be a really critical success factor for any organization, because it's going to be simple to throw technology at it. It's going to be hard to implement solutions that really do evolve with the business and address those changing expectations.
Great, thank you, Chris. And I believe Nate might have said it earlier about the face-to-face, how important that is. And then so it makes me think of Dennis Wilson at DBC Technologies. He's a relatively new RSPA member as well, joined about 18 months ago. And he always talks about AI plus human equals happy, right? It's not just AI on its own. It's the human interaction and the humans guiding it. I guess, does anybody want to weigh in on that in terms of how you think AI is going to impact? So V, talk about your perspective on AI.
So I just want to share a little example here. So at Quantic, we actually started building our own AI for support. I think Richard was talking about call center and how it's all going to change. So what we did a little prototype here where we actually started letting our support agent ask questions from our own AI chatbot, which has been trained on 6 months worth of data from the past tickets and stuff like that. And we're seeing a lot of success with it. So it's definitely real. I mean, when especially in the support and call center, I think they're going to be the most impacted area. And I think the area where you can really see a quick growth of AI chatbots and AI powered support. So yeah, I mean, it's definitely heading in that direction.
Interesting. Thank you, V. Anybody else? Nate, you want to weigh in? You raise your hand.
Yes, we see a lot of adoption for AI and ChatGPT for marketing content, for generating posts, as Tarek mentioned, respond to reviews. We're educating our clients to use ChatGPT, because if it's a small business and they don't really have a marketing budget to afford working with an agency, with spending 30 minutes to an hour per week, they can be their own agency with ChatGPT. If they upgrade to $20 plan, they can even generate images, and it works great. I did a presentation yesterday on digital marketing, 44 pages, everything was generated by ChatGPT, and this is what I presented to the retailers, and that they can do the same.
Interesting. Yeah, we've seen internally at the RSPA some pretty cool things, especially with the images, right? If you know the right way to map out what you need, it shares some pretty interesting stuff with you with very light labor.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's literally new. I mean, it's amazing. Yeah.
It is. Any other final word on AI? We are up against time here almost. Anybody else want to give a final word on AI?
Just
Right,
real
Steve.
quick, I'll give another example of how it's being used. I think it's again, human plus plus the AI together. So one of the features we have is integration with ChatGPT within our dashboard. So I think it's a little bit about how it's consumed as well. So maybe people haven't adopted it on its own, but now you're going to find it in products itself. So we use it specifically if somebody wants to do specific Windows scripts, and we can use ChatGPT to basically recommend that and write that for them. then they approve it, they push it out. So I think it'd be very interesting in how it gets incorporated into products, how it's standalone, how people are using all of those together plus the human element.
Exactly. Very good. Yeah, and I know a lot of our members are testing it out in their development, right? That they're programming faster using AI. So, well, thank you, Stephen, and thanks to all of our featured guests, our featured ISVs here on this edition of ISV Spill the Tea. And before we go again, thanks again to our annual sponsors, especially the Platinum sponsor BlueStar, Gold, CoCard, Epson, Heartland, and ScanSource. Thanks for your support of the association. Thanks again to the sponsors of the niche and startup ISV community, APG, BlueStar, Ingenico, Magtech, ScanSource, Star Micronics, Toshiba, and Verifone. And again, want to remind you again to save the date for RSPA Inspire Annual Leadership Conference, January 26th through 29th in Curacao. It's networking nirvana. And thanks, last but not least, to our audience and everybody who joined in today and makes the RSPA community such a special place to be. Thank you so much and have a tremendous rest of your day. Goodbye, everybody.